Welcome back to more of the Stoker Deck Editor series. So we're using the Stoker Deck Editing mod to make a specific strategy work. Now, I am going to say today's strategy is a classic from the pre-DLC days that had quite the fall in power when we go into Last Divinity. It also struggles a lot, even more so at high shards, and that strategy is Explosive Sentient. Now, the reason for that is you need a lot of triggers to clear the divinity waves. So that is an issue, is why it kind of fell in power. Also, sharded enemies, they have basically twice as much health sometimes. Well, maybe not twice as much, but they have a lot more health, which means you need a lot more triggers, especially in the divinity waves, in order to clear out the waves and not die. It's not as strong as it used to be, where you could just solely rely on a deck full of rejuvenates to make this work. Now, it's still strong in non-DLC. Now, I guess I should mention the one other issue is at high shards. And we're actually going to take a look at the logbook real quick, right? So if we look at our champion paths for explosive cultivating in bristling, explosive 1, thank you, it has the lowest health. If we go to 2, it still has the lowest health. If we go to 3, it still has the lowest health. Explosive 1, 25 health is barely anything. Like double barrel and 1 unit will take this out. Explosive 2, it's pretty much going to die in 1 hit to any of the ring 6 bosses at high shards. 1, maybe 2 hits, especially if you're getting, if you're going up against Ragefell, where Ragefell can deal easily 100 damage per round at high shards. So it is just lowest. It's just such a low health, and the strategy is not as strong with the higher health and deeper waves of the DLC. This is why it's not a common strategy anymore. Now, we are still going to try and make this work. There are, of course, things you can do to mitigate the big damage problem. For example, you could go pair this with Umbra and Damage Shield. You could pair with Stygian and Sap. I'm going to say no to all of those. We are going to do my more fun one. We're going to take Echo Breaks. We're going to pair this with Wormkin. Fun is better than everything else. So we're going to try this strategy. We're going to try to have fun. We do have Chaste. Chaste, of course, annoying against this as well. Cutting my stuff in half, those jerks. But we have Engraft, Echo Snares, Stings. Now, Archus Failure Incarnate, Talos the Empowered. Some are fine, some are going to be annoying. We're going to take Jack Strips to make my life a little bit simpler, and we got one of the 3 artifacts I'm looking for right away, Bloating Fungus. There are 2 more artifacts that I'm hoping to find before we get against the Ring 6 boss, but we're going to see if they naturally plan out for us or not. Obviously, I'm going to take Explosive, see if this works. So far, I have one of the required artifacts, and we're just going to go from there. Now, we are just going to build up these. We're going to just take these out and do something like this. And now we get a nice clean heal. We actually finally got additional heals going for us, so yay. This is the other issue, right? We are not finding heals on turns we need them. Doesn't matter what I ping. I'm still going to take 11. So you need heals, right? You need heals to actually get this to work properly. And if you do not find heals, you're not going to be able to blast things. I'm out of regenerate triggers. Luckily, I drew 3 here. But we are definitely going to need to go very quickly into those. We're going to take the Restoration Detonation for a big heal. We can take a Bounding Echoes just because infusions are fun. And Shard Soul Carver is a viable unit. It's one of two that I could use. We are going to try to find the Wormkin Banner unit I really want, though, which is not one of those. But we will accept this one. Now we are just going to minus one of these restores right away. And we can start consuming out other things we don't want them in the deck. Double Stack is also pretty good. Double Stack gives you 2 regen, so you get more triggers. So we're going to take... Well, minus ones are more important. And why not put a double stack into one of those? We'll make the 2-cost one a double stack. Making 2-cost restores does open up split anvil plays as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, here's an annoying floor, here's an annoying hand. We do need to get rid of units as fast as possible. Alright, we're just going to ping out things as much as possible. Right, we are losing stuff. I mean, partially, obviously, my fault. But there's the big heals. Big heals are good. We're going to get the double trigger there and just ping out the back a little bit because we're not going to kill anything. Doesn't really matter what I hit. We got something scaling in the background, which is what this strategy needs to help clear out these waves. You can see my health is very sensitive. We're going to skip those because we just want to focus on heals. I mean, I love an Echo Transfer, but once again, we need heals. And there's my Keeper of Echoes. Okay. I have my units. Let's go ahead and just take Pyre Shards. Endless, not the most amazing, but a -2 on this is pretty good. We could also do like a -2 and hope for a Spell Chain and Graph, but we're going to do the -2 double stack restore. We hold off on doing anything with this too much. I can't overstack upgrades. I'm going to see if this gives me money or something. Maybe I can get a reroll. We're not taking Dante. Dante, of course, though, very strong with our Wormkin friends, but not what we need here. We're going to get just this a +5/+10. And is there a good Merchant of Steel to visit at any other time? Not really. I need to make things free. I need my dupes. I want to dupe as many of my good heals as possible. So we're just going to give this another +10 and 3 spikes. Intrinsic, I don't really need the intrinsic. You could intrinsic, I guess, Bounding Echoes. Why not? That way if I get any daze cards, so they can be infused. I'm looking at you. My Extract Daze 3 ability. Thankfully this is not push, this is simply rage, but 16 damage once again. Almost takes out the unit by itself. We're going to play both of these, and we're just going to start pumping the floor. These pumps are going to be very important for getting us through the end. That's really good. We want to play out units. We want to get rid of them. So we have a higher density of drawing spells. We're going to still just blast you for as much as possible. Thankfully that takes out most of everything else. We take a heal, we take a heal. We now get the kill so we can drop out a Train Sewer to get out of the deck. Right, we're looking at very little actual regen on there. That's why you kind of need this Bloated Fungus. It's going to help in the early game to make sure you actually get through the damage. All right, and we do get a kill, right, at 9 stacks. That's going to at least give me a few rounds where I take 0 damage. So you need this fungus for the early game. Ooh, Symphony, nice. I am getting the stuff I actually want without being forced to do stupid things. Symphony is one of the other things I'm looking for now. I really want these artifacts, but we need to get rid of junk. Sap Tap is amazing for us. Glare Minder, of course, very strong, but not what I want. I could hold over the Symphony, but no, we just need more free restores. We just need those all to be free. We need to draw and play as many as possible. We take more of this. And so what I'm doing here is I am solving, by taking that Symphony of the Soul, I am solving the Relentless issue. Now that does not solve for us the additional issues of survivability. Well, it does eventually. Ooh, I think we have to play bottom and just blast that out. We'll take a little bit of spikes. Now we at least kill all those. We missed out on the gold. We are very greedy for gold, unfortunately. Right, so the Symphony is going to help us get more regen stacks going. Which is very good. We will take the Ember Drain, just get those out of the deck. And we get a nice, wonderful kill, and we get up to 36, right? So that Symphony bringing us 2 relentless kills, but it's not otherwise going to be the most amazing. Ooh, Edge Prior, I don't have the space for you, but you are good. We're going to take the Ensnare. We want to hold things on our floor, and there's that Soul Crushing Guilt, which is going to be very helpful against Divinity to get started. Trinkets show us a bunch of things we can't afford, because I am poor. Spell Chain. So a lot of good spell chain targets here. We're going to put it on, right? So Engraft is pretty good for it because it costs 1 Ember to get 2 heals. We're going to put this on the Restore because now it's going to be 1 Ember to get 2 heals and 2 regen. We're going to Intrinsic this Guilt to get that going. We can purge out a Train Steward that way. We still have plenty of temples. Let's see what Concealed Caverns has for us. Rare picks. None of these have heal effects. Normally I am all about the Stygian. Now I just want to check, right? None of these rares really help out a life gain strategy. Let's look at Stygian Guard. At worst, something like Giftware Guard or Deep Offering can help us get charged faster. Umbra, really no use besides the damage spell. So Stygian is usually my second choice pick, right? Something like this Infused Siren Song could be quite good. So we're going to take that and just accept it. We're going to get rid of one of these Train Stewards. We're going to get rid of another Echo Break. And we continue onwards. This is fine. We do want to play top floor here, obviously, because we're not getting junk for one. Yeah, this is just going to perish, so we're just going to pass. A-okay. We get some heal. We are just going to... You have more health, so we're going to do that on you. And just drop 2 units, do a little bit more damage. And now comes the important things. See if we can't heal out of this. Now we got the Ensnare Lucky Siren Song, which is good for us. But we can just double up to 10. So we're already working on our Relentless plan, which is very good. If we are killing everything, I don't want to send that up and just take damage, so we're not going to. We don't have quite enough to sting that out. Now we do. We're going to hold you down. We can send you up with the daze. That's going to kill there. And we're going to just guilt for the extra +1/+1. So what is this? Doing 63 damage. We barely have enough health, thanks to Keeper of Echoes, to survive a single round of combat. So this is what I'm saying. The mid to late game, the weakness here, we don't have much health. It's really easy for this unit to simply die. So there are 2 more artifacts I'm hoping for. Hopefully I get them before the boss. If not, we'll just be kind of out of luck. But we want to get the 50% more health to the champion. And we want to get the +5 health per round to our frontline unit. I mean, we're getting a lot of regen, right? So that part is good. We will take the Echo Snare there. We don't need Broken Memories. Obviously, if you get an infinite, this wins. We're not going to try that. Carving Karuska is good. That's going to help my 2 abilities. We just take a Strength Stone, make our Keeper of Echoes slightly stronger. 30 magic power. We want a big heal. That's going to help against our divinity issues. Let's get that engraph with the intrinsic. And the reason for that, now it's going to be infused thanks to Bounding Echoes. We definitely want to... we want to, I think, dupe the Restore and Regen 2. The other option is this one. That does cost 1 number, gives us 10 less shards, which is good. And a +1 more health from the trigger, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah. So we will find out if this has too much health. Let's just start working on some days. Not too much health, too much damage. That is something we have to watch out for. But otherwise, we're just going to keep pumping up the top as much as possible. Which is good for us. More regen, the better. Let's see if we can't get some more days going. Very good. And another spell shard, really, game? We're just going to load these floors up with junk. Now here's the big issue. I want to Siren Song. I don't want to lose all my stuff. Like, the Symphony of the Soul is really good, but if I send this up with 3 days, that's 90. I'm still going to take 12. I think that's worth it for the days against the boss. So I also get the 3 cost card now. Ugh. That was a rough turn. This, though, not as rough. We got full shards all floor, so we're going to just ping you. Let's just keep this guy down for another round. We are healing 40 per round. Alright. This will give me an Ember back, which is good. We hold this down, which is also good. We don't care if that gets a cost increase. We get 3 more days. 50 attack, right? So if you remember, if I had no way to increase this health, it comes in with 50 health. So this would have just one-shot, it wouldn't matter the regen. That's the issue with the high shards version of this. Otherwise, I mean, it's still a lot of fun. And we can just daze those. Since the middle one has Ensnare, it's not going to go up and attack. But we get to just throw on all the regen. We get our Ember back here, which means now we're at 112. We got so many rounds. It doesn't matter. There we go. But this is the importance of having some way to increase the health. Keeper of Echoes is one way of doing that. I was, like I said, the artifact that gets more Cycle of Life, but I think I'd rather get actual healed triggers, so we're going to skip. Spreading Spore is also possible. If it was infused, that is a much stronger contender, because then I can trigger my Keeper of Echoes, but it's not necessary, so we're going to skip. We're going to go to the boons, get some more money finally. Now we have money. Oh boy. We have one more temple. And now we're going to get silly. We're going to hold over this symphony. And we're just going to -1 it. We have another -1. Let's just put that in the Engraft. Let's go ahead plus 20 consume on an Echo Break, I guess. Though I should check what I have to purge. Train Steward can go away. Stings just draw me more cards, so they're not horrible to have in here. Let's get rid of an Echo Snare. 100 health. It's so low. I mean, better than cross-pathing it, but still. Alright, we drop our 2 friends. We make everything nice and playable. We do things in a wrong order. Can't double anything yet. We end the turn. Yeah, we're just going to cast everything up top. We can hold down 1 because then it'll just perish. Now we're getting our regen going. And that is very important. Very nice. We gotta sting those out while we can. And this doesn't matter, but we do get +1/+1 to both my units, so why not? Alright, let's get our heals. Thank you. Heal, heal. More heals and more heals, and we can sting. Now we get the fun of doubling every turn. So now we are doing the silly shenanigans that I always enjoy the most. So let's just keep that up, right? We get our heals. And let's see how big we can get that regen number. Whoop. Just hold you back. We can double. We can daze you. We're not going to cast that because I don't want to take fire damage. I mean, look at this. This is 50, 60, 71, 76 damage. It is so much damage coming in. We're actually going to send you to the back to make sure I can kill these next units. We can send you up with 6 days. Oh, duh, I took Heaven's Seal. That is my mistake. Should have left it down there to die. We can leave one of you down there to perish. We can sting. Well, we can sting up both of them. Well, 630. Can't immobilize you, but I can daze you and double to 1200. Look at that. 50 some attack. We are doing surprisingly well. Now it's going to be my double versus their halving. We take the rail spike because that just helps power us. We could take broken memories, but now I don't want to try to force a pseudo or kind of infinite. Alright, -2. Yep. We can -2 the rail spike. We can purge out this other Echo Snare. Very cool. Merchant of Magic -1 is very good into... Let's just do another heal. That other heal can also take a +10. None of that is needed. Case Divinity is not horrible because it does give me a starting charged Echo. Double stack. I could double stack like an Ensnare and -1 it. That could help with the mini bosses. So I'm going to do that. Remove Consume. This is just a free extra draw. Could be good. Let's take it. +20 Consume on a Sting to get those out of the deck. We got 2 cards to purge out. Let's get rid of the other Sting. And the non-infused Ensnare. And we're going to dupe. Let us dupe. This is funny, but it's not needed, right? I have way more than enough to survive, so we're actually going to dupe this double stack Ensnare that's infused. It's just going to help us out a lot. Spikes and armor, no thank you. I guess I could just completely remove these Echo Breaks, because I have the money. This is Purge. Do I have anything else that's... I think this is pretty good. Yeah, let's just remove the Echo Snare. I guess I just wasted some shards. Who cares? That is not what I really matter about or care about. We just need to take our 20 card deck and double faster than we are going to hurt. We can infuse those, we can heal, we can heal, we can heal. Now this is good. We can get all of these heals off. Doing this against the boss, not very necessary. Ooh, nice. 0 cost there. I could have cast it anyways. Right, the daze is going to wear off a little bit too quickly most of the time, so that's not going to matter. Yeah, see, look at... This is going to die. It's just too much damage coming in, and that's what you have to be wary of with this strategy. We're going to daze, and then we are going to double and draw. We can blast. We are going to make sure that does not leave this floor just in case. Okay, we get rid of it anyways. Great. We're going to daze. We're going to double. Counteract its minusing. I guess we can daze again. We're putting some damage in. Alright, let's just heal through what they're throwing at us. Up to 52 again. We keep getting half, but we keep doubling it, so we are slowly gaining on damage. But it's not the quickest thing. But it is quick enough that it actually is useful. Alright. We are seeing this ensnare just about every turn, which is great for us. We can send all of these up, it doesn't really matter. But we keep one around so we have a little bit more of an extract target for more on the guy. Okay. We can keep this one down. And then we're going to heal a bunch. We're going to do this once so we can get 3 more days. 60 damage isn't the worst, which is nice. We're going to double and then we're going to draw 7. Ooh, we get another double. Let's hold you down as well, just so we don't care. What a turn. What a turn. 2 doubles. We are getting a lot of Inspire triggers, thankfully. I guess we heal you 1 and ensnare, because then we can Soul Crushing Guilt. And we're just going to blast this floor as much as possible. Which is working great. We're going to heal you 1 so we can Guilt again. Knife free rounds is very strong for us. And yeah, I'm pretty amused by this. Okay. And we cast this and we die, doing 40 damage for 14 rounds. Ugh. Okay, Divinity, bring it on. Final test. Final test. Can I get going quick enough to clear out these waves? Okay. We are going to, once again, we drop you and you. We heal, we heal, we heal, we Guilt. That's at least going to keep us that lovely, lovely jack strips, taking out those damage shields on bottom. Thank you. Let's just sting that out. We heal. We are going to just get rid of these ensnares. We do this, we double, we draw 2. That's a pretty strong hit, because it makes my spell chain copy cost 0. Alright, let's see how much we can get through here. All of it. That's what we can do. We can get through all of this. And we get a lot more days, and then we get even more days and more heals. Very cool. Now he's going to be an issue, but we can hold him here for a long time. as needed. We are going to keep this pin down. We are going to daze the boss and set everything up. Then we can double and draw. This way we're not taking any pyre damage. Now I can basically just infinitely not deal with the mini boss, and that's actually what I'm going to do. Right. Stay down there. Now here we do need to clear as much as possible. And like I said, this is where some of the issues kind of come in. We are going to take one hit here no matter what. Let's just send you back with the daze. Save myself a little bit of health. Yeah, see, those really big waves, a little hard. Alright, if we ensnare you one more time, I think we are never going to have to see that boss. Which is going to be very useful. For us, right? That's three more rounds. Ooh, that's another great one. So we're going to ensnare you twice. Now we don't have to deal with you either. Yes, please. Now let's see if this mistake cost us anything. Possibly. Let's just daze you. Double and draw. Now I think I can get this low enough where a triple daze clears out all of them. Very cool. Yeah, double stack ensnare, awesome. Speaking of which, let's just start. We're gonna actually send you to the back because you're like the secondary unit I need to kill. We're gonna hold down those two and then double. We're not going to cast the Siren Song because I don't want that middle guy going off. He has a lot of health. Take a couple more spike damage. It is what it is. Those guys are stuck down there. They have no chance. We'll daze out a junk. Maybe we can get it back. Who knows? But we heal, we ensnare, we double, we draw 6. We're not killing both of them, which is a little sad. But this is enough for a win. Let's see. I can draw 3, so there's not going to be quite what I want. Could have gotten a little bit more. Let's go ahead, just send you back, and we can just take out these. I could daze, right? That's 6 attacks, it's only 160. It has almost 300 health. 268 health, it looked like. Okay, still took a little bit of damage. Run summary. Well, that was exciting because what I planned to have as a Stoker Deck Editor run actually panned out as a normal run. There is really 2 key things you need to do for an exploding sentient run to work in Last Divinity. We'll say 3. We'll say 3 things. Thing number 1, you really do want this bloating fungus. That's going to carry you through the early mid-game bosses when your deck is not consistent in giving you regen abilities. That's going to make sure you're surviving those relentlesses and actually killing bosses with your little bit of regen. So I do think you need the bloating fungus. I think it helps more than you would expect. You can take more time than me and double check to see if that's actually the case, but I believe it is. Thing number 2, you need something to increase exploding sentience health in some fashion. Now, obviously, if you're an infinite, that doesn't matter, so ignore that. The best partner for this, in my opinion, is Wormkin, because you can get Keeper of Echoes as your banner unit, and then you can keep just inspiring the floor, and you slowly increase sentience health, or quickly, depending on how much you're drawing. You also have access to the Extract gain 10 health card. You have access to the gain spikes, 3 spikes and 10 health card rare, which from Awoken, which is not the best, but it's there. The plus 50% health to your champion artifact is available. The plus 5 health per round to the front unit on each floor is available. You need 1 or more of those. That way you can actually survive some of these very dangerous combats, right? As I specifically pointed out, this Archus, this is especially important in the high shards when the bosses have more attack. This Archus was dealing 50 damage a round, and that's Archus, and Archus is honestly probably the lower damage per round of these bosses. If I was against, once again, Ragefell is the worst example for this. When you are at high shards and Ragefell is pushing 100, 140 damage around, you can easily just die right out because you do not have enough health. It doesn't matter if you have an infinite 9,999 stacks of regeneration if your unit dies in 1 turn. Yeah. And the third thing, very important, get rid of anything that does not heal. I got rid of all those cards even if they would consume. Just getting rid of them made the deck speed up that much more quickly. The Siren Song Soul Crushing Guilt, sure, they don't cause you to heal, but the Daze is just so strong and such a better survivability tool that it's good to keep. Here, Symphony of the Soul is also just hilarious. It's a guarantee I win relentless button by doubling those regen triggers. Do note, doubling the triggers does not, or the amount of stacks you have, I should say, does not count as healing, but it does get you some very big fun numbers. You just have to be careful not to go all in on trying to just solely focus on Symphony, get plenty of heal still, so you're still clearing waves. There was a couple of waves you notice I did not actually have enough damage to fully clear them out, especially that the harvesting wave is always a dangerous one. The mini bosses, luckily, I could just keep awake constantly with my ensnares, but otherwise they also can pose an issue if you have a bad hand when they come up on the last, or in your top floor. But yeah, this was the Exploding Sentient run. This was requested, and while it was technically a Stoker Deck edited run, I did not have to use the editor at all, so that is my expectations blown away, which is hilarious. I love it. Anyways, that is the end of this run. With that said, thank you for watching and have fun.